The Dallas Cowboys play the Cleveland Browns in 6 days from now, and we're going to start a series where we preview every game that the Dallas Cowboys play with players to watch, my pick for who wins, and we're going to do it throughout the entire season. We're going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. This is a team that I think is actually heading into the 2024 season as an underrated team because of their lack of moves throughout the offseason. And I think this team will be coming into the season with an upgraded defense with Mike Zimmer at defensive coordinator and a chance to let our quarterback cook all season. For Cleveland, I think this is a very good defensive unit. I believe they're one of the best 3 defensive units in the league, but a lot of their success will depend on how Deshaun Watson plays this season. For me, the Browns go as far as Deshaun Watson goes, and with how elite the QBs are in the AFC, the Browns cannot afford to go back into January with either a backup quarterback or with Deshaun Watson playing at a low level. We're going to move on to players to watch for the Dallas Cowboys, and we're going to do 3 for each team. Player number 1 for Dallas is going to be CeeDee Lamb. Lamb missed all of training camp, holding out for a new contract, so it will be very interesting to see if he comes into camp in good football shape. It's easy to be in good shape, good physical shape. Zeke was in good shape in 2019. We saw those videos of him practicing while he was holding out for that new contract. The difference is football shape. Are you ready to go out there and play 60 snaps? Are you ready to go out there and take those hits? If you remember that opening game in 2019, Zeke looked very sluggish in his return to play. And it will be very important for Lamb to be the CeeDee Lamb that we know. We can't have him go out there and not look right against a very good Browns defense. Player number 2 to watch is going to be rookie offensive tackle Tyler Guyton. We watched Tyler Guyton ball out in the preseason. He's going to be starting in his first ever NFL game with Edoga on the injured list. And it'll be against arguably the best defensive player in football, in Myles Garrett. If Guyton holds his own this game, I believe the Cowboys' chances to win this game absolutely skyrocket. But if Garrett gets the Prescott 2, 3, even 4 times, I doubt Dallas really stands a chance with the inability to throw the football. Player number 3 for the Dallas Cowboys is going to be Trayvon Diggs. He will most likely be following around the former Cowboy Amari Cooper. We all know about him. Similar to CeeDee Lamb, but for different reasons. It'll be interesting to see how Trayvon Diggs returns to play after his ACL injury in that Thursday practice before Week 3 last year, and how he can really hold up against one of the best receivers in football. We saw from 2018 to 2021, Amari Cooper, one of the best route runners in the sport, and Diggs, he'll be up for a tough task. We're going to move on to the players to watch for the Cleveland Browns, and player number 1, I mentioned it earlier, it's Deshaun Watson. He is the key to this game. The most important player to watch is Deshaun Watson. If he plays like he has throughout most of his Browns tenure, then I think the Cowboys win this game pretty easily. If he shows some of that Texans Watson, then this game gets a lot more interesting. Unfortunately, 2019 was 5 years ago, and Watson hasn't been good in a Browns jersey. But I think the only way the Browns win on Sunday is if he gets it going. Player number 2 for me is going to be Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver for the Cleveland Browns. He was just traded from Denver, and he was underwhelming there in Denver. Whether it was his fault or not, he really didn't show a lot of production there. And assuming that Cooper will be shadowed by Diggs, it will be Kalen Carson, Jordan Lewis, the rest of the secondary to stop Jeudy. And if Jerry Jeudy becomes a problem, then that could be almost a Jaguars 2022-esque game, and he could be the X factor. Player number 3 for me is Martin Emerson Jr. He's the cornerback number 2 for the Cleveland Browns, and I don't think this is going to be a game where both of the number 1 receivers, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, will be taking over this game. I think it will be catches from the wide receiver 2s and 3s for each squad that gets this game going on offense, and I think if Emerson lets Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert make more catches, right, just more timely, important catches, then I think the Browns are staring right down at 0-1. I think this game is going to be a very defensive slugfest. There are playmakers all over this defense. You go Diggs, Parsons, you got Ward, Garrett. It's in 2 very good defenses. I think the Cowboys have the better quarterback, and I think they have the better roster all around in Cleveland, right? No Nick Chubb, obviously, for Cleveland. He's out the first 4 weeks. So the Cowboys don't have to really worry about one of the best running backs in football beating them, and I think Dallas wins this game 20-16 in a game where Dak Prescott throws for around 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's all for week 1 against the Cleveland Browns. I hope the Cowboys win this game. I think the Cowboys win this game. I'll be making another video after Sunday's game, whether it be Sunday night or Monday at any time. I'll see y'all then. Peace.